This is Michael Sitzler from the Creative Writing Program. My interviewee's name is Anthony Redgrave, and he is one of my peers from the Creative Writing Program at Full Sail. I see visual arts used as sort of a universal language. With so many people speaking so many different languages at different levels of proficiency, even within the same country or town, visual art is a method of conveying information and emotion in a universally understandable format. In my past work as an independent comics writer and artist, visual arts are essential to my work since half of every story I told was through pictures. The emotion and intensity behind the dialogue needs to be conveyed visually. As a comic writer and artist, the digital media revolution has been integral to my success. Being able to deliver content independently through digital delivery methods has put almost all the control of intellectual property into the hands of its creators, should they endeavor to manage their own works. When ebooks was first introduced to the public, they were not effective means to deliver comics and graphic novels. Now that we all have smartphones with full-color screens and high-capacity storage, it is much easier to self-publish and self-promote comics. Alchemical and astrological symbolism has been prevalent in comics for quite some time. Almost every superhero, super team, or epic fantasy contains some reference to the elements or the planets as a source of or symbol of power. In addition, there have been trends of Victorian stylistic elements, Egyptian and Sumerian symbolism, and occult mysticism. The steampunk style contains almost all of these simultaneously, and has been on the rise for several years. Many aspects of this visually and metaphorically dark style are carrying over into other genres and media outlets. In my opinion, the most notable outgrowth of these trends is the popular post-apocalyptic teen action drama genre that is saturating the novel and motion picture markets lately. My absolute favorite visual artist is Alphonse Mucha. He's the literal and figurative poster boy for the Art Nouveau movement of the late 19th to early 20th century. While Art Nouveau was usually employed in posters for stage plays and occasional product advertisements in magazines, Mucha also designed architectural elements, stained glass windows, and jewelry. His most famous works are illustrations of scenes from operas and novels, which in my opinion makes him one of the earliest comic artists. His figure drawing and use of ornamental framing is something I have employed in my comic art to create pages that led the eye through each panel in sequence as well as stand on their own as individual works of art. The artworks that have influenced my creative process the most have been other graphic novels. Notable among these is The Crow by James O'Barr. I believe this falls under the header of famous artwork since it is very well known and regarded more as a self-contained work of visual literature than as an average comic book by those who know it. As a work of art, The Crow is uniquely raw and driven by pure emotion. In an interview, James O'Barr once said, "There is a murder on every page." He created this classic piece as a means of catharsis after the death of his wife. The story itself has next to nothing to do with the event that inspired it, but the pain he felt is tangible throughout the entire story. I have never come close to experiencing something as traumatic as what inspired him, but looking to his creation has taught me how to make my own work feel more alive. Having a background in visual arts and in education in art history has helped me to have a solid foundation of how different visual elements have different emotional effects on viewers. Having a developed and technical understanding of the best way to employ visual elements to achieve a desired response from a viewer or reader helps me in deciding what to show and what to tell on a story. When I was in middle school, I found The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in my school library. At this point in my life, I was lonely and depressed. I had a difficult time connecting with others my age because my interests and mannerisms were firmly in the realm of weird and nerdy. I read the book at least 3 times before returning it. Douglas Adams spent his life doing something he loved. Yes, he was an excellent writer and a creative genius, but what struck me the strongest was that he was true to himself. I returned the book with the thought that if this man could be this weird and also be happy, successful, and universally loved because of his eccentricity, then I would be just fine.